The 6 C's are really 6 different aspects of care that are really fundamental for us. It started off within nursing, but we've now made it part of a whole clinical care that we provide for all of our patients.
Certainly we do have that commitment, which is one of our 6 C's. Caring is vital, and compassionate care in particular, and we've seen some real examples with that with our housekeepers.
Communication. It's really key for us to be able to communicate well with our patients. Competence is really important for all of our staff.
All of that takes courage, and we are a courageous organisation, and we will not stop. We intend to see this right the way through and improve all aspects of the care we give around mealtimes. Catering here at East Kent, I think, is really strong. It's the strongest system, if you like, or process that I've ever worked with. We've done a lot of initiatives, both with Serco and our catering colleagues, but also working as interdisciplinary teams.
The first thing that happens when you come into hospital or when you become unwell is that you lose your appetite. And this is the time when your body really needs all of the nourishment that it can get. So our job is to make sure that every mouthful that our patient has counts. On our menu we have 4 codes that we use. We use vegetarian, gluten-free, healthier eating and high calorie. We've also introduced finger food menus. It's been very popular with lots of patient groups, learning disabilities, people with communication problems. It's been a real innovative thing that we've done at East Kent Hospitals.
Take your time, there's no rush, okay? Thank you, dear Rita. You're welcome.
Here at East Kent we get our modified meals sent in to us. What the company does is mould the textures so that they look as normal as possible. That's helping to optimise their eating and drinking and their swallowing, to make it as safe as possible, and then also to normalise it to make them feel safe and as normal as possible in the hospital.
We've been on a journey really with us as a trust and Serco as our catering partners, and over the last few years we've changed some of our processes, keeping the patient at the centre of all our meal times and the way that our catering system works. We've ensured that we have housekeepers and hosts who work on the wards, but they're very much employed by Serco, so that the catering teams really are in charge of the food. And what that's helped us to do is help to enable our nursing teams to no longer be involved in some of the less clinical aspects of care.
We do invest a lot of time with our housekeepers. From day one, we put them through a housekeeping training plan.
We ask the patients what they would like, what their specifications are. They have a lot more choice now, and quite a few patients have said that they think the food is much better now.
With Serco and the Trust, we invested a lot of money when we took the contract over 4.5 years ago to put a ward kitchen into every single ward, just to ensure that every meal actually gets delivered to our patient at good quality and hot.
We work very closely with Serco themselves. They are incredibly responsive to the feedback our patients and our families give us, and we meet with them regularly.
I did tasting with the housekeepers, and they was also happy with what they was tasting.
We continually look for improvements in all of our menus. We have tasting sessions where we include clinical staff as well as Serco staff, but we also invite patients as well.
And that's great, because we took that off to review the ingredients because the sweet and sour wasn't as good all of a sudden, so we've refreshed it. It's now back on the menu, and it's great to hear that people are really enjoying that.
One of the initiatives that took place a few years ago now was the red tray system, a simple system whereby if a person has any particular requirements or needs, we use a red tray so that the family, and more importantly the people dishing out the meals, can see that person has particular needs. And we supplemented that with the red mat.
And the red mats, you're not allowed to move any of the food until the nurses have checked the food to see how much they've eaten and documented it.
Other initiatives we have in place, which we are strengthening, are our mealtime companions, where we invite our inpatients, especially the elderly, to eat lunch together.
We have a tea party and we use all the old-fashioned cups and saucers. The social aspect is huge, and it's natural. It's more natural to eat with people than eat alone in bed. I mean, we've had the relatives come in and sit with the patients. One of the daughters said to me it was the first time she'd heard her father speak in 8 years, and it was so nice to see him with a big smile on his face. She was crying.
We feel we've done really well. We've really improved all sorts of the catering aspects of our service, but we have just launched in the last week or so a whole new project around giving assistance at meal times. Our patients do get really good food now, but we want to really make sure that patients are getting the assistance they need every single time they need it, and that's about involving relatives, office staff, volunteers, as well as all of our usual clinical teams, and we're really excited about taking this forward and then possibly sharing that nationally.